Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have kids, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
You sure? It's cultist coffee.
What makes it cultist coffee?
I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it.
Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning. Great to see you all. I had been so good about getting the stream set up like the night before, and I had this one, the thumbnail all ready to go, but apparently I didn't actually finish setting it up. So, all right, here we are. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office. Welcome to the morning grind. It is great to have you. Tomocrat's here and Better with Bacon. And good morning, Sable. And Brent is here. And Brett, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. Once again, I am back from a crazy 48 hours from the winery. And now looking forward to getting a lot of things done here. We have got Wednesday night, we're closing out on the Cultist Kickstarter. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to try to get as much done as I can. And then, of course, we're going to have at least 2 more streams before the end of the Kickstarter campaign. Of course, we'll have our Wednesday morning stream and then a Wednesday evening stream. I asked Doug if he wanted to come on and stream with me for the end of the show, since end of the campaign, since he wasn't able to be there with Brianna last week. So he said he was going to try. So he's going to try to watch the Cultist season 2, and then count down the end of the Kickstarter with me. We're going to try. I'm not sure. but I invited him and he said he was going to try to get it watched. So we will see. So it's possible we'll have Doug on Wednesday night. And then, so that's at least 2 more streams. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tomorrow or not. Just depends on what I have to get done here, and where I am with everything on the Kickstarter. So this is great. I did post the Cthulhu ABCs, the whole video, kind of on a whim. I was like, oh, sometimes people are posting these longer horizontal videos to TikTok. I might as well just go ahead and take the whole Cthulhu ABCs video and put it on TikTok. It hadn't gotten a whole lot of traction on TikTok. I put the clips on TikTok. The clips got a lot of traction on Facebook, ultimately getting about 1.5 or 1.6 million views. But they only got one clip got about 8,500. One was sitting at 65,000, but then the other one's like 1,700, 1,000 views. So they didn't really do a whole lot on TikTok. But I said, hey, let me just post the whole thing. And so I posted the whole thing, and that was a few days ago, like 3 days ago or something. And it now has 88,500 views. So, okay. So I guess that time TikTok decided that, okay, let me give it an audience. So it got 88,500 views, and it's still kind of going. 6,998 likes, 220 comments. People are really enjoying it. Actually, somebody did a duet. They have their, or what they call it, or maybe it was a stitch, or I don't know. They've got different ways that you can use different TikToks, like by making new material out of it. And so I was tagged with somebody's toddler up on the couch dancing, and you can hear that I think it's he's dancing to Cthulhu's ABCs and having a great time, smiling and laughing and dancing, and the parents are giggling. So that was fun. So I don't know, a little bit of traction over there on TikTok over the last few days. So our main goal here is to try to create the elder god just hanging out today. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning. Yeah, well, I've learned a lot about going through this entire cycle with the cultists. And I got to seriously tighten up my cycle, like product cycle and making videos and things like that. Maybe we'll land on something that ultimately people will want to watch quite a bit. We will see. Okay, so hey, let's. So I've got this. We'll do our breathe and sip. But we've got. So we're going to take a look. We decided to do this kind of as a joke. Let me put our banner. Did I put the banner back up? I did not. That way people know. Oh, we are designing an elder god just hanging out. For the cultists. Okay, there we go. So, well, let's breathe and sip. I've got my mug this morning. So let's take 2 deep breaths. Let's breathe in, 2 deep breaths, and then complete exhales, and then take a sip of your favorite beverage this morning. So here we go. Let's breathe. And sip. All right. So we had this idea. Some people have asked anyway for the cultists, like, what would happen if the cultists were actually real? Or what if the elder gods were actually real in the world of the cultists? Some people have said, what if, I really thought they were going to appear, that an elder god was going to appear at the end or something like that. And of course, so far, that has not been the case in season 1 or season 2. But it could be. And certainly some people are looking for that. And some people, you could even incorporate that into a tabletop game. And so we had this idea that we could do we had this listed as a narrative role, but I think it's better as just kind of like a potential NPC character, or I mean, I guess it could be a PC character if someone wanted to do that, but just have a character that was something like the elder god just hanging out. And I got this image. Let's see, maybe I can bring it up. Elder god hanging out. Nope, I can't find it directly. But and you saw like a cartoon image of it on the thumbnail here, where you've got like, Cthulhu in a trench coat and a hat, looking around a tree or something like that. So I thought that was kind of funny, and I thought that we could use that as to try to create some type of a character sheet for that. So let's see. We do want to say that, like, uh this is an alternate what if character for use uh in a world where the elder gods and are looking in on our intrepid cultists. Use as an NPC or a PC as you dare. Sable says, I mean, you can always lean into the same ambiguity as the magical powers. The character might actually believe he's an elder god or the avatar of such. That isn't to say he actually is one. Right. I mean, you absolutely could. Well, maybe we can do something. Hey, Doc. Good morning, Doc Flamingo. Use as an NPC as you dare. If the group agrees. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I had some ideas. Of what this could be. So okay, so what about something like let's see. So like Gary, okay? So we could say, okay, like Gary is in fact Nyarlathotep, but doesn't make a big deal out of it. He's just here to hang out, maybe grab some coffee, and see what these modern cultists are up to. He swears he's totally not pulling strings behind the scenes, despite the ominous coincidence. Let me just start this over. Gary is in fact Nyarlathotep, but he doesn't make a big deal out of it. He's just here to hang out, maybe grab a coffee, and see what these cultists are up to. He swears he's totally not pulling strings behind the scenes, despite the ominous coincidences that follow him everywhere. Gary dresses like a guy who shops exclusively at Goodwill and calls everybody buddy. So, I mean, I kind of thought that building it off of Nyarlathotep could be an interesting idea, because we do say elsewhere, actually in this book, that Nyarlathotep is one of the ones that takes the most interest in humanity and often shows up you know, having been a pharaoh of Egypt and things like that. So that Nyarlathotep happens to be kind of the most humanity centered. So that could be it, you know, and he's the one that comes by. And if you're a witch, actually, that probably makes a lot of sense. And that he's also the one that the I can't even think this morning. Oh, that the witches of Azathoth sign their name. He brings in the black book, and then the witches sign it, you know, in the lore. So probably Nyarlathotep, the just chilling chaos. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. I kind of like that one too much. I do like that. Okay, wait a minute. So let's go with that idea. Let's go with that idea. Let's add some of that you just added in here. I like that. This is Gary. The chaos that will chill. Because crawling is just too much effort. Well, maybe we need to say, maybe we just need to make that the character. Gary, the chaos that will chill. So maybe I'll need a different image for Gary, the chaos that will chill. Maybe we don't need all of that up here for his name. So, okay, what did I have over here? Gary is, in fact, Nyarlathotep. I like the he, but he doesn't make a big deal out of it. Grab a cultist coffee, absolutely. Grab some cultist coffee and see what cultists are up to in the modern day. Things have changed a lot since ruling Egypt. Now he's just known as the chaos that will chill. Because crawling can be a whole lot of work. Crawling can be a whole lot of effort. He swears he's totally not pulling strings behind the scenes, despite the ominous coincidences that follow him everywhere. Gary dresses like a guy who shops exclusively at Goodwill and calls everyone buddy. I like that. I like that. So this is an alternate. So let's put this right up here. Gary, the chaos that will chill. Hey, good morning, Robert. Gary, the elder god of why of bro. Yeah, that's like totally your ritual. This rug kind of just tied the universe together, man. I like this. Let's see. It makes me really want to, once this Kickstarter is done, I got to focus on one project at a time and make sure they get finished. But it does make me at least want to finish the script for 3, because if the script's not done, nothing can get done. I mean, if the script is never done, then it can never get done. But it does kind of make me want to say, hey, we started that. Um, the script needs to at least be written. Or like the Big Lebowski. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. That's some people. That's just huge for some people, right? Okay. I was wondering when Mike said, "What's the name of the movie with the guy in the robe?" I thought you were making a joke about Gary, like that's what he wants to watch. This movie with a guy in a robe, right? But yeah, the Big Lebowski. Yeah, Gary probably channels that kind of vibe. Uh, this is an alternate. Well, or yeah, or Gary could just be delusional. Let's see what we end up with here. We'll finish that little disclaimer at the bottom for in a moment. So let's see here. Um, See, I think that it would be more fun. So, okay, so we need to identify his cult. But on the other hand, I don't think we need to be beholden to the cult powers. Cult his own. Secretly runs the cult of Nyarlathotep. Also comes by into his father's cult, the cult of Azathoth. That's a lot of good ways for this to potentially interact with the characters. Well, that also, okay, so narrative role. What type of narrative role from? Well, we could just call it the dude. We could make it. This is just like, because I don't think we need to be beholden to any of the existing narrative roles. Um, and cults and powers and things like that. let's call him the dude. Let's do that. Nyarlathotep, the chaos that abides. Well, is that better? The chaos that abides. Is that funnier? Now he's just known as the chaos that abides because crawling can be a whole lot of effort. Is that funnier? So, can be so much effort. The Sable Phoenix says, I love it. And then Better with Bacon says, it's better. Okay. All right. So, Gary, the chaos that abides. Man, I now that needs to go in the show someplace. Okay. So let's go over here and let's see what we had here. So we have, well, we've got with um where is okay, Garrett. No, he's called no Bloop. No. Steve, there we go. So it's supposed to be Powers. Okay, this is Cult of Nyarlathotep, so it could make sense to start there. But like I said, I think we can do some other things with it as well. So Powers, Master of Disguise, propagandist of the elder gods, and historical knowledge. Um, let's see, what did I put up over here? So, cult. Okay, Master of Disguise. Yes. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So, what are okay? What if Gary, the guy who is Nyarlathotep? Has anybody used Chat GPT 5 yet? I have not. So this is we're gonna ask it about this. Seems like there was a disaster of a launch, but we will see. Let's see if it can cross Nyarlathotep with the dude. Is um the dude from the Big Lebowski. What would his powers in a comedy RPG, comedy mockumentary RPG be? You see, I had so Master of Disguise. I was like, okay, we could have that one come over. I know a guy, like, oh, the Nyarlathotep always like, oh, I know a guy someplace. That there's a little bit of crossover there with the Yellow King, who's got, okay, no, I've got a guy, I know somebody who's in our cult here. But it seemed like, oh, that Nyarlathotep could know someone always. So it's like so he could be Master of Disguise, like, kind of, right? Historical knowledge would obviously seem to make some sense. But I don't think we want to duplicate everything. Like, now's the time to do something better and different. Let's see if it brainstorms some ideas for us. So suggestions here. Cosmic vibes. Gary can make everyone in the room weirdly chill, even in the middle of a ritual gone horribly wrong. Eldritch White Russian. Gary always has a drink, always. Drinking lets him ignore the effects of stress, madness, or other injuries for the rest of the scene. Reality bending. The dude delivers. That dude delivers. That's the once per adventure. Gary can we could change it. This not once per adventure, but Gary can show up exactly when he's needed, no matter what the distance, time period, or dimension. Usually wearing sandals and carrying takeout. That's pretty funny. Or cosmic inconvenience. That actually sounds like a spell that's kind of cast by the witches of Azathoth. That's just like your opinion, man. Okay, well, we could use that. That's just like your ritual, man. We have that in the bathroom. I know that one is too funny. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Azathoth witches do get to enter and exit a scene. Now, I mean, the difference is that we have a blend here, but you're right. That is kind of like. Oh. This is what it is. So the dude delivers. But that is funny also in the bathrobe. Gary can show up exactly where he's needed, no matter the distance, time period, or dimension, usually wearing sandals and a bathrobe and carrying takeout. Let's see. The Eldritch White Russian. Let's see. Hold on. Was the White Russian something in the Big Lebowski? Oh, wait, these are his It is okay. So it needs to stay with Eldritch White Russian. Okay, the dude delivers an Eldritch White Russian. Gary always has a drink. Always. So I mean, this is the recommendation here. This. That's just like your opinion, man. Once per scene, Gary can completely diffuse an argument or interrogation by making it feel pointless to continue. Works on cultists, cops, and elder horrors alike. Oh, it was. Okay. It's Lebowski's favorite drink. This is turning out to be a great character here. So does it need to be like your ritual, man? And that's just like your ritual, man. Okay. All right. Let's go with that. Well, that's 3. So I mean, let's drop Master of Disguise then. So we end up with the dude delivers. Gary can show up exactly where he's needed, no matter the distance, time period, or dimension. Usually wearing sandals and a bathrobe. And carrying takeout. Eldritch White Russian. Gary always has a drink. Always. Drinking it lets him ignore the effects of stress, madness, or minor injuries for the rest of the scene. The glass never spills, even in zero gravity or underwater. That's just like your ritual, man. Gary can completely diffuse an argument or interrogation while making it feel pointless to continue. Works on cultists, cops, and elder horrors alike. Is there anything else over here? It suggests it also suggests a dream bowling league. Gary can enter a surreal astral bowling alley to consult the league, other unfathomable beings in bad Hawaiian shirts for cryptic advice. The advice is never directly useful, but always weirdly relevant later. We almost have to include that one. Yes, of course. He can go and consult with his other elder gods. I like that. Okay. So, okay. Let's put excuse me, choking over here. Narrative role so that's 4 possible ones to choose from. That could be. Other players take on the role. I'll leave that to whatever is played here. Something tells me that all of a sudden Gary's going to become a favorite player or favorite character. Okay, so power. So now we need his well, let's see. Let's go. So I had things like let's come up with troubles and sway skills for Gary. So, yeah, let's just try. Okay, let's try here. Let's Mike says he's a favorite in our hearts. Yes. Oh no, I have the hiccups. That elder sign really ties the room together, dude. Um all right. Let's come up with troubles and sways for skill. Let's brainstorm troubles and sway skills for Gary. Troubles, let's tell it. What these are. Um Troubles have a major function in the game. Okay, they explicitly define when trouble checks must be made, and they indicate a default state of the character's life that makes things difficult for them. Sway skills are things a character is particularly good at, which may allow them to gain an upper hand over other cultists. Let's go ahead and say, base these on the dude from The Big Lebowski, who is a modern, or at least we'll say who believes himself to be an incarnation of the god Nyarlathotep. That's a good one. Like trouble getting riled up or passionate over anything, that should definitely be it. Well, we're sway skill really tie the room together. He can force agreement between two disagreeing characters. But he already has that might be a bit of a duplicate here because he already has that's just like your ritual man. When Gary can completely diffuse an argument or interrogation, making it feel pointless to continue. So he does already have that. Okay, possible troubles. Gary's default state that makes things difficult. Perpetual. Hey, PH. Good to see you. Good Lord. You're all having to listen to me choke over here. Okay, troubles. Gary's default life state that makes things difficult. 1, perpetual chill. Has a hard time taking urgent situations seriously enough to act quickly. That is, getting riled up or passionate about anything. So it hit that one. 2, over-explaining the cosmos. Launches into rambling, half-coherent monologues about the nature of reality that derail plans. 3, unreliable contacts. Insists he knows someone who can help, but they're never on time, in the right place, or entirely human anymore. But didn't we already give him some kind of contacts? Mismatched priorities. Choose to solve small personal annoyances instead of immediate cult crisis. Oh, that's good. Random cosmic interference. His mere presence sometimes causes inexplicable, inconvenient phenomenon. Flickering lights, rain outdoors, voices in the halls. I like that. So you think this one should be that really ties the room together, man? Troubles. Perpetual chill. Gary has a hard time taking urgent situations seriously. I like or acting quickly. Mismatched priorities. These are options. I'm bringing them over. Possible ones that I like that seem to fit this idea here. And then random cosmic interference. I like that one too. That Gary's mere presence, inexplicable, inconvenient phenomenon. Drawing attention to himself. Uh, we only have 3. I kind of think those are good troubles. Does anybody else have a different kind of recommendation? Perpetual chill, mismatched priorities, random cosmic interference. Mike says maybe something that highlights his elder god-like nature, hard time understanding human emotions or culture. We could go that. We've got, because I see when I was thinking about this earlier, I mean, I thought about borrowing some things from the Metachronism. If he is the god, and who had been the pharaoh of Egypt, that he might not understand. The Metachronism, though, doesn't understand like modern tech and things like this. But you could do something like that. Hard time understanding human emotions and modern culture. I think we ought to have something to do with his sway skills, have something to do with his magical tradition. Sway skills. Suggestions over here. We've got weirdly well connected too. Can casually drop a name and get unexpected assistance from strange allies across realities. Did we have something like that though? Oh, the Dream Bowling League. I think we were thinking about trying to. So we could add weirdly well connected here. Can casually drop a name and get unexpected assistance from strange allies across reality. 3, mind-bending small talk turns casual conversation into philosophical riddles that leave others unsure if they've been persuaded or confused into agreement. Cosmic coincidence. Things seem to just work out for Gary in the nick of time, often in ways that look like dumb luck. Slacker charisma gets people to go along with his ideas simply because he seems harmless and oddly likable. Brent says existential bowling crisis, games of chance of unpredictable outcomes when Gary is around. Weirdly well connected is probably a better name for the Dream Bowling League. But weirdly, this is Gary can enter a surreal astral bowling alley to consult the league, other unfathomable beings in bad Hawaiian shirts for cryptic advice. The advice is never directly useful, but always weirdly relevant later. Whereas I feel like the contacts are useful. Let's go down here to sway skills. Yeah, but we did. We had the King in Yellow thinking that he's got fellow cultists. Now that one was fellow cultists in positions of power. Let's see. I mean, the only one that I'm really digging here is, okay, I mean, unshakable. Here, I'll just copy it over so you can see it. So, like, these are potentials. We need a name here. Elder Mind. Unshakable Vibe. Gary remains calm and collected in situations that panic everyone else, inspiring others, or just unnerving them. That one's kind of fun. Weirdly well connected. Okay, I mean, I like weirdly well connected, except for it kind of does duplicate the Yellow King's power. Can casually drop a name and get unexpected assistance from strange allies across realities. Mind-bending small talk. Persuaded or confused into agreement. That one seems to double the. That's just like your ritual. Cosmic coincidence. Things just seem to work out for Gary in the nick of time, often in ways that look like dumb luck. But that's really all of the cultists. You know, a lot of the cultists are like that. Slacker charisma. People go along with his ideas simply because he seems harmless and oddly likable. Now, I think we could change up that one a little bit and say slacker charisma, which is also something that you could probably give to like Dave. This was suggesting gets people to go along with his ideas simply because he seems harmless and oddly likable. But in this case, can gain access to places or people others can't, simply because he seems harmless and oddly likable. That one seems like a pretty good one. Let's just say Gary can. Gary can gain access to places or people others simply can't, because he seems harmless and oddly likable. Regarding Elder Mind, I'm absolutely in love with the idea of a slovenly dressed cultist constantly stating out loud that he just doesn't get what everyone is angry, happy, excited, or sad about. Can we even add that in there? To understand, to difficult to understand what I think that's probably enough. What everyone else is so. This also helps to distinguish it from the metachronism. Angry, happy. Okay, but we need another. Okay, we need another sway. So I'm not really digging these. Let's generate some more brainstorm ideas for the sway skills. Is there anything else? Accidental distraction. Something here is going to spark a great idea for this third one here. Solving problems with alcohol. That could be. I like unexpected. Okay, unexpected follow through suggestion. No one expects Gary to pull it off. When no one expects Gary to pull it off, he delivers in a strange, impressive, and inconveniently timed way. But that's kind of like. Well, I tell you what, we got 3 here, and we have 4, and ordinarily we only have 3. So we could, let's instead of a power, why don't we make the dude delivers one of his sway skills? Because that also makes it different from the Azathoth, because that is a power allowing them to show up. So this would become something. Okay. Something like this. When no one expects Gary to pull it off, he delivers in a strange, impressive, and inconveniently timed way. No matter the distance, time period, or dimension, usually wearing sandals and a bathrobe and carrying takeout. Yeah, I like moving that to a sway skill, because that would definitely allow him to gain sway among the cultists. Delivering like that? Okay, yeah, okay. So that good. So that leaves us with powers. So his powers are Eldritch White Russian. Gary always has a drink, always. Drinking it lets him ignore the effects of stress, madness, or minor injuries for the rest of the scene. The glass never spills, even in zero gravity or underwater. That's just like your ritual man. So did we decide we really tie the room together? Gary can completely diffuse an argument or interrogation by making it feel pointless to continue. Works on cultists, cops, and elder horrors alike. I mean, that could be that's also kind of sway. But Dream Bowling League, Gary can enter a surreal astral bowling alley to consult the league, other unfathomable beings in bad Hawaiian shirts for cryptic advice. The advice is never directly useful, but always weirdly relevant later. His troubles are perpetual chill, hard time taking urgent situations seriously or acting quickly. He has mismatched priorities, chooses to solve small personal annoyances instead of immediate cult crises. Random cosmic interference. Gary's mere presence sometimes causes inexplicable, inconvenient phenomenon, flickering lights, rain indoors, voices in the walls, etc., drawing attention to himself. Elder mind. Gary often finds it difficult to understand what everyone else is so angry, happy, excited, or sad about. Sway skills, unshakable vibe. Gary remains calm and collected in situations that panic everyone else, inspiring others, or just unnerving them. Now that could move to a power. What if that moved to a power, and then this just your ritual man? That was how he gained sway. Really tie the cosmos together. So what if we really tie the cosmos together to one of his sway skills, but then move unshakable vibe to a power? Does that make more sense? I think it does. Because it seems like if you drop the really tie the cosmos together and you diffuse the argument or interrogation or whatever, then you should gain sway. Really ties the room together is a better name. Really, it ties, plural, really ties the cosmos together. All right, I like that. I think we got something here. And then also on the character sheet, we'll have to move over for a layout, but then he gets his asides, courage, and sway. That's just a fun character. And so I think we just say that this character was designed as if it's potentially Nyarlathotep looking in, and but it might not be. It could just be another delusional cultist. I think that's fun. Really ties the ritual together. Really ties the ritual together. That does start with an R like room. I don't know. I will think on that. If anyone has strong opinion, it should be Cosmos, or go back to the original with the room. James Bacon just put a picture of Gary with takeout in a bathrobe showing up in the Discord server. Okay, well, anyway, I think that was fun. So I think we've got something here. This may be one of the cooler characters here. All right. Well, I am going to get out of here and I'm going to start doing some more work here. We are going to be wrapping up the Kickstarter soon, and who knows, maybe we will continue to go live or go viral on TikTok. We'll see. I'll probably release something else over there. If you're on TikTok, the Cultists, just look up the Cultists. You'll see the blue with the fish and the trident, and that's us. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone, go forth, be creative, be constructive. I will see you later.